Roberto Carlos mid version is now live as an SBC, and to be honest, he's very expensive. He's coming in at about $870 on the Xbox, and the same for PC, and about $860 just under on the PlayStation. So for me, it is very, very expensive, and especially if primes are, I think, end of December, I want to say. They may be nowhere near, but I want to say the primes are not too far away, because then you've got the moments that have still got to be coming in, and I want to say something was meant to be in February. It could be that it's primes first in kind of February, and then it's moments later, but I want to say primes are definitely not that far away. So you're kind of just battling between getting the 88 version or waiting on his 91, and I think if the SBC is coming in at just under $1 million, that's a bit expensive in my like for a left back SBC card. That being said, I absolutely love Roberto Carlos. We tend to always have a spell of his prime or moments in the team for a few weeks or a few months at the very least with some sort of icon SBC. He seems to be the Brazilian that we always get. In terms of this version then, obviously he is better than his kind of base card, which is 86. That's coming in about 410. At the moment, he's coming in just shy of 800 on the Xbox, 888 on the PlayStation, and still 1.3 mil on the PC. Obviously, markets are completely different. In terms of what you've got from him, he is 5'6", high work rates with that gorgeous left foot that is an absolute rocket. He is a 3-star, 2-star. Power free kicks are an obvious, and obviously long throw-ins as well. He's got the pace, he's got the passing, dribbling wise doesn't look terrible. Obviously his long shots are going to be fantastic. Physicality is quite nice, and then his defending goes up a bit. In terms of what chemistry style we're going for, it always had to be the anchor. Gives you 95 pace, 90 defending, and 91 physicals. Turn him into a 91 rated left back, so the same rating as obviously his prime. He normally is always quite a good card, so I'm expecting the same from this one. Personally for me, I just think he is a naturally good left back. It's always been the price compared to someone like Ferland Mendy that you just cannot justify buying that sort of card. So let's jump into Roberto Carlos and see, A, is he worth it, and B, how good is he? Let's jump in. Let's get some playoffs done. Into Carlos, looking for that Mane ball. The one thing that Carlos will always have over a lot of left backs is the passing is always exquisite. He has always been a very, very good passer of the ball, and to be honest, defensively, normally pretty class. I've never had too many issues with Carlos. He's always been a more favoured left back if I got to choose anybody, just because purely you don't really pay for him. He's normally SBC, and he will do the job. Obviously, Ferland Mendy, Theo Hernandez, again, are going to be top quality left backs that will do almost the same job in terms of that. The only thing that Carlos has is the fact he links absolutely everybody. He's got his hands full this time round though with a bit of Nene. What can we find from him? He's going to go with a spin inside. That is personally my fault for falling for that completely though. Carlos. Neymar's not coming down this side. So far, he's managed to get one ball through from a very lack kind of defending, really. But we've managed to go 2 for 2 since then in terms of tackling. And in general, he's just putting him in his position, really. Roberto gets enough on it. Neymar again in pursuit of that attack. But Roberto Carlos is doing very, very well to start with in this match. And again, does take it away as well. I thought we may have only just hindered his movement there, but he does actually take the ball off him. And again, every time. Oh, it's lovely. Pings it into Kevin. Kevin needed that. That was going to be a setup and a half. He's gone for the overlap. And again, what Roberto Carlos is quite good at is that overlap. And it's, personally for me, overlap is nice in the right zone. So we've swapped from Neymar to a Messi. Very, very nice. He's going to go on that overlap. Can we find a little bit of Mane in? He's going to keep possession at the very, very minimum. Big tackle from Roberto. Takes the ball off Messi, which is always a hard thing to do. So he's absolutely killing it in this left back role. Lewis. Oh my, is that a save? He's absolutely slapped it again. Honestly, I don't know what we can do to beat Schmeichel at this rate. This is the chance. This is the moment. Can Roberto Carlos do it from 26 yards? You know, the curve is mad. Roberto Carlos is not standing for anything this game. Again, he gets absolutely flattened by Messi there, though. And again, with a cracking interception. Lovely pass through as well. So going into the overall for big boy Carlos then. So he's coming in 825, 879, 1.3. And the SBC is pretty much across the board. I haven't personally looked at how many SBCs, but we've got 9. Okay, so if you take 2 out, we've got the bronze and silver as always. Let's flip the cards and see the magic. So 83 rated, fairs. 84, 85, that's the standard. 86, 86, 87, 88. To be fair, I don't think it's that bad. I think maybe you could have got rid of an 86, but I think that's what I'm gonna say in pretty much most of these reviews is you'd always want it cheaper, and you'd always think that a card should be cheaper. But I suppose if you look at untradeable with what we're gonna have in the next few days or over this weekend, at the very minimum, we're gonna have a lot of fodder, or at least a lot to be able to complete at least one of these. Obviously we do have an icon SBC still out, and I think there is in the code for a mid slash or base, and hopefully maybe a base repeatable. I'm hoping base or mid is for icon swaps, but it's an interesting one. I think for me, Carlos is a fantastic left back, and again, it depends personally for me on if you get him untradeable or not. I personally wouldn't go out and buy him cash. Whether I'd finish this SBC, I'd probably not, purely for the fact that we have so many good left backs already that are half the price at the very minimum. Like, even if you went for Robbo, I believe he's getting a +2, so he's going to be a 90 left back already. You've obviously got Cancelo's not bad. Theo Hernandez is still my rock. Obviously got Davies, you've got Lodi's quite a good one, and then also a big boy Furland at the bottom here. So there is already so many decent options that you could go with absolutely any of them, and they give you the links to pretty much most of the teams. We have Spanish, or at least La Liga, twice. You have Brazilian and French. You then have a German, or the Bundesliga. You have Serie A. You have Prem. Doesn't matter necessarily what kind of left back you need, because obviously icon is the best one in terms of linking everybody, but in terms of kind of what you actually need, there's already a left back in each position that is almost as good as Carlos. Carlos is phenomenal, and obviously what you do kind of get as well is them free kicks. You get a bit of passing, a dribbling. He is phenomenal all-round left back. He is basically one of the perfect left wing backs, like a lot of the left backs this year. So it's interesting to see if anybody would complete him. Personally, for me, he is like at least a 9.5 out of 10 left back, but in terms of the SBC value and what you're actually getting, I really just don't see the value in doing this one right now, when we can go get his moments, his prime, literally within the next few months. I think I can hold off with a Theo, with a Furland, and just kind of keep them instead. So I personally wouldn't waste your fodder. I'd be going and doing someone like Salah. I'd be looking at the icon SBC as an extra. Like, if you got him Carlos out of that, then fair enough, but I'd be looking at kind of taking a different gamble than doing this card personally. That being said, I'm going to give him a 9.5. I do think his prime is going to be absolutely ecstatic again. Like, it's going to be crazy. But we will try and get him out as soon as he is released into packs. Other than that, hopefully you did enjoy, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.